move on to our next session now. For that, we'd like to welcome and introduce our inaugural speaker, Honorable Union Minister for IT and Communication, Shri Ravi Shankar Prasad, who will be joining us live from the capital. Ravi Shankar Prasad is an eminent lawyer and senior advocate with the Supreme Court of India. He has been a Member of Parliament since 2000 and a member of parliamentary committees such as Finance, Communication and IT, and Petroleum and Chemicals. Shri Ravi Shankar Prasad spearheads the task of reviving India's telecom sector as he actively leads the task of developing India into a global electronics manufacturing hub. He recently announced that the Unique Identification Authority of India registered more than 1 billion Indians for Aadhaar cards, calling it an instrument for good governance. With that, it's over to Ravi Shankar Prasad to address our delegates.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I hope I am visible to you. Dear Rajbhat, Lord Meghnath Desai, I saw my distinguished friend, the eminent intellectual of India, Swapan Das Gupta. My greetings to all of you. Rajbhat, I came in your investors meet for the first time before the general election of 2014. And I remember telling your delegates there in my observations that without good governance, development is not possible. And one of the most elementary lessons of good governance is decisions must be taken in a fair, reasonable and transparent manner. We came to power in 2014. Very soon we shall be completing 2 years of our government on 26th of May. What we have done, what kind of image we have changed for the country, I would like to share in brief. And also what I am doing in my own Ministry of IT, Communication, Post and Electronics. I would also like to briefly share my own experiences there. But let me begin as far as transparency is concerned. Today, in the government led by Shri Narendra Modi as the Prime Minister, all decisions are taken in a fair, objective and transparent manner. I sit in Sanchar Bhavan, from where I am talking to you. Sanchar Bhavan is the hub of communication department, which was in the news for all the wrong reasons for the last so many years. This is where 2G happened. I hope all of you know that. Today, you come to my ministry, you will not find a single middleman. All decisions are being taken in a fair manner. I have liberalized all the policy of spectrum trading, spectrum sharing, pending for the last more than 8 to 10 years. In the last auction, we had the highest ever spectrum related auction amount of 1,10,000 crore, highest in the history of India. You must have heard about the coal auction we did in a fair manner. About 3 lakh crore came into the government kitty and also went to the states in a very substantial way. Today, I can tell you with full responsibility that policy is being formulated in a fair, transparent manner. The second issue I would like to highlight, what is the approach of our government? Remember, growth without equity is possible. It will be pro-elite, it will be lopsided, it will be feudal also in many ways. But for genuine equity to happen, growth is fundamental. And what we realize in India, if I can say in Hindi, इस देश में रोटी बांटने की पॉलिटिक्स बहुत हुई है, रोटी का नंबर कैसे बढ़ाया जाए इसकी पॉलिटिक्स नहीं हुई है. And the larger the number of the breads, the easier it is to distribute. And therefore our government, as a matter of commitment, feels that for genuine equity to come, for a proper inclusive development to happen, it is important to have investment. manufacturing, growth, revenue earning, so that the earning from there can be shared with the poor people who need governmental support. This is a very clear, fundamental objective under which our government is doing. What has been the result when we reach close to 2 years? Let me read some of the international ranking which has been given to our government. First among the world's fastest growing economies, International Monetary Fund. First among the 100 countries on the Growth, Innovation and Leadership Index, source Frost and Sullivan. First among the world's most attractive investment destination, source Ernst & Young, 2015 India Attractiveness Survey Report. First among the world's fastest growing economies in both 2016 and 17, source WSP Report 2016, United Nations. First choice for tech MNCs to set up R&D centers outside their home countries, source Genome Management Consulting Report. Therefore, 6 I have read to you. And the 7th, which has been published in Times of India today in Delhi in page number 26. Moody's Make in India a Success. This is the Moody's report. And I would like to read 5 lines from that. The rise in FDI points to stronger investor interest in India on the back of robust economic growth. Higher inflows also suggest that recent government policies such as effort to liberalize foreign investment limits in several sectors and Make in India initiative are bearing fruit, said Modi in a report released on Thursday. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, when we are 2 years in our journey in Government of India, what we are saying is not that important. What reliable, authentic, globally tested, credible ratings agencies are saying is more important. And therefore I thought I must tell you very clearly as to how Government of India's performance is being rated. Let me tell you very briefly what is happening in India. 2015, the largest number of tenders were given in highway program. The longest kilometers of construction of highway was done in 2015. The highest ever transmission and power production happened in India in 2015. The highest export of India's IT products, $100 billion plus, happened in 2015. The highest ever capital expenditure in railway ever happened in 2015. India produced the highest quantity of milk in 2015. These are some of the samples. Yes, India received the highest FDI ever in 2015. Therefore, these are certain instances, apart from good governance we have established, that India today is notching 7.5% growth rate. Why? In spite of a comparative global gloom. And every day, big investors come and meet me. Today I have also 3-4 appointments who are very, very keen to invest in India. But remember, while seeking investment, while stirring growth, we have not at all forgotten our core commitment to the poor and underprivileged. You may recall, when Modi ji was elected as the leader of the BJP and NDA's parliamentary party, his historic speech in the central hall of the Lok Sabha in May 2014, मेरी सरकार गरीबों के लिए रहेगी, गरीबों के लिए काम करेगी, उनके जीवन को ऊंचा करेगी. And what is the 4 pillars of our government? Banking the unbanked, funding the unfunded, securing the insecure, and pensioning the unpensioned. Now just see a few things. In today's world, only poor people will not have access to bank accounts. The Jan Dhan Yojana came about, and in a short span of few months, about 22 crore bank accounts were opened of the poor and underprivileged who had no bank account at all. And close to 213 million rupees were opened. And mind you, There was no obligation for poor to deposit even a single farthing. Yet the poor people, by depositing 10 rupees, 50 rupees, 100 rupees, deposited a staggering rupees 34,300 crores in those 22 crore account, amounting to 342 billion rupees. All of them were given insurance also for rupees 2 lakhs, and 72% of these bank accounts are operational. They are withdrawing it, they are depositing it, getting all the services. Now let me come to the funding, the unfunded. Industry get the funding, but a thela wala, a chai wala, others don't get funds at all. And therefore we came with the Mudra scheme, whereby 3 schemes were there to fund 50,000 for small, very small, then 50,000 to 5 lakh and 5 lakh to 10 lakh. And I'm happy to tell you that today 3.32 crores, 33 millions accounts loan have been sanctioned, amounting to 1.35 lakh crore which have been disbursed. That is the funding, the unfunded. Now securing the unsecured, you remember we came with 2 novel life insurance scheme for which the Finance Minister Arun Jaitley deserves full credit. At rupees 12 per year, rupees 1 every month, in the event of your death or your limbs being permanently crippled, you could get 2 lakh rupees insurance cover. And in the event of a natural death, merely rupees 344 every year, that means less than a rupee per day, you are entitled for rupees 2 lakh insurance. And I can tell you that as of now, the 2 schemes have been almost 21 crore policies have been sold out and the people have benefited. And there have been cases where people were covered under the insurance scheme in the case of accidental death. Hardly they paid rupees 12 and got rupees 2 lakhs immediately. And third is pensioning the unpensioned. A lot of schemes have been brought about. The Prime Minister has laid a stress that at least 1,000 should be the minimum pension for the poor and underprivileged. That scheme is also doing quite well. Therefore, you need to understand that our concern for the poor, for the farmer, the Fasal Bima Yojana, crop insurance scheme, has come with novel method, whereby in the event your crop is standing in your khalihan, get destroyed because of unusual rains or hailstorm, even that has been covered. Your ready crop is standing in your field, that get damaged, that has been covered. And 90% coverage has been given, whereby the Government of India and the state government are going to play a crucial role. Therefore, for the poor, for the farmer, for the underprivileged, modernization of agriculture, you may have heard, per drop soil testing laboratory schemes, all are being worked very fast. Today I'm not going to give all the statistics, but the overview that we are caring for FDI, we are caring for investment, we are caring for the poor, we are caring for the farmer. We want to make India a better country. Well, ladies and gentlemen, every government comes with its own program. But certain programs become transformational. I remember I had the privilege to work in the Atal Bihari Vajpayee government also, when for the first time I met Lord Meghnad Desai. I am sure he must be present there. I remember a very famous program of our government, National Highway Program. It was a very ambitious program to connect India from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, from Silchar to Surat by 4-lane and 6-lane highway. I remember in a meeting, then I was the Minister for Coal and Mines and Law, where a lot of skeptics were sitting and people conveying their apprehensions. Kahan se zameen aayegi? How will acquire land? Fund kahan se aayega? And Vajpayee ji was an outstanding speaker in public, but used to speak few words in a closed meeting. Lastly he said, Karna hai, we have to do it. Few months ago I had gone to Kanyakumari. And my public function was being held at the place where Kashmir to Kanyakumari 4-lane highway terminates. I asked my private secretary how much time I have left to reach the airport. He said 1 hour. Let me drive for some time on this road, 4-lane, 6-lane. I will not get the time to drive all the way from Kashmir from Kanyakumari because of my busy political schedule. But let me have an emotional feel that if you have a commitment, you can change the country. Ladies and gentlemen, under the dynamic leadership of our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, we are involved in some very transformational program to change India. Digital India, Make in India, Skill India, Startup India, Stand Up India, Smart Cities are all game-changing programs. What is Digital India, which I am handling myself? Digital India is designed to bridge the digital divide between digital haves and digital have-nots. Today, India is home to 1 billion plus mobile phone. 100 crore se adhik phone hai. India is home to 400 million internet connections. 60% is mobile based. Just now in my introduction, it was said that now the Aadhaar has become 1 billion. It may be 1 billion plus now. Now it is few days. We add 6-7 lakhs every day. Now India has become digitally a very connected society. Today we have got nearly almost 220 million smartphones in the hands of Indians. In the coming 2 to 3 years, I am sure about 500 smartphones will be available for Indians. What we are doing, my take of Digital India is, it is more for the poor and underprivileged. And I will be the happiest to see it turning out to be correct, that a mason, an electrician, a carpenter, all those doing manual job are seeking better business opportunity with the help of their smartphone. And ladies and gentlemen, it has started happening in India. I get report daily. I would like to share you one very interesting example of Orchha in Uttar Pradesh, a tourist center. There was an Indian who was running a souvenir shop which was used to be flooded by Spanish tourists. He only knew broken English, did not know Spanish. And the Spanish not comfortable in English. His son, 16 years, had a smartphone, went on Google, picked up working knowledge of Spanish and started helping his father, and the business soared like anything. It is happening in many places. What we are encouraging is this process of making poor, underprivileged more empowered. Therefore, we have come with a JAM principle. Jan Dhan, Aadhaar and mobile. That is JAM. I have talked about the Jan Dhan account, the Aadhaar. What by Aadhaar we are doing? Today, at a click of a button, under very secure condition, digital identity of 100 crore plus Indians is available. Their iris, their eye contacts, their fingerprints, mobile phone and address. And the privacy aspect has been fully maintained in the law. Even with the consent of the owner of that biometrics, it cannot be released to anyone. Now what we are doing? We are promoting good governance. This gas subsidy is there. The PM appealed first to those who can afford must stop taking subsidy. About 80 lakh people, 8 million voluntarily decided to completely surrender their subsidies. Now what is happening? We are directly transferring subsidy to their bank account, seeded through Aadhaar. About 35,000 crores have been transferred, and we have saved close to 15,000 crores, which was taken away by middlemen and fake imposters. In the public delivery service, PDS, states like Andhra Pradesh, like Jharkhand, like Telangana and others, because of the mix of Aadhaar and mobile, have saved close to 2,500 crores by fake imposters. Therefore, by digital connectivity, we are promoting good governance and saving money. I am also the Minister for Post. We have a 1,50,000 post offices all over the country. I decided to make them active in this new digital economy. E-commerce is rising in India in a phenomenal way, 6-7%. And 60% of the catchment area is small Mufassil towns and villages. We have a post office, rural and urban and semi-urban, from Kashmir to Kanyakumari. Post offices are old institution, a little recluse, reluctant. They said, become active, modernize your processes. You have to become a good delivery agent of e-commerce products. We installed 57 fully automated process centers in and around the country. And ladies and gentlemen, I am very happy to share with you as a minister that the parcel revenue of the post was down by 2% in 13-14. It rose by 45% in 14-15 and has risen by 120% by 15-16, 31st of March. That's the game-changing initiative which we do, and the results come about. I am going to digitize all the postal outfits by core banking solution. The PM had given me a mandate, banking from anywhere to anywhere must be possible with the postal outfits. When I had become minister, just 230 post offices has been made a core banking solution facility in a space of more than 3.5 years. In less than 2 years, we have given core banking facility to 21,000 post offices in the country. And by April we will do all. And all the postmen of India are going to be given solar power biometric instrument. They can go to the villages, do e-banking, insurance, delivery of services, third-party delivery and everything. The entire network will become digitized. I am also bringing in postal banking, payment bank. By March next year is going to start. In principle approval has been given. Though the window has been given very small, 1 lakh deposit and 1 lakh withdrawal. But see the exciting result. It is just in principle approval. 60 international and national consortium are keen to partner with India Post for third-party delivery. And all the known entities of the world, from the World Bank to Barclays to Templeton to Douchebag to Citibank, everyone is keen to partner. And all the Indian banks and all the Indian insurance company and mutual fund except LIC, because the vast network which the poster have as far as delivery is concerned. Now you can understand, from e-commerce to digital connectivity to banking, postal spread is becoming a big change of digital India. What we are doing in the second infrastructure part, we are linking 250,000 Gram Panchayats of India by optical fiber network. It is a gigantic program in terms of infrastructure. Again, the previous government started it in a very modest way, or what should I say. I will give you one statistics. When our government had come to power, only 257 kilometers of optical fiber has been laid and 2,200 kilometers of optical pipe has been laid in 3.5 years again. In less than 2 years, what we have done? 1,35,000 kilometers of optical pipe laid and 1,15,000 kilometers of optical fiber laid. Yet I am not very happy about it. We have to expedite it further. Once we go to the Gram Panchayat, from there we wish to install Wi-Fi facility by which we will reach all the villages for broadband. To supplement it, what we have done, we have come with a new licensing regime whereby virtual network operators who may not need infrastructure but can purchase bulk talking time and spectrum from network service providers and go to the villages and small areas. And lastly, we have got common service centers. When our government came, it was only 80,000. Now it has become 1,60,000. I want to scale it up to 1 lakh more. Small village entrepreneurs, women groups are giving digital service. Banking, insurance, e-ticketing, e-health, e-commerce is going into those areas which do not have conventional digital facility. And ladies and gentlemen, how India is changing, I want to give an example. There is a lady entrepreneur in Chhattisgarh who is running a common service centers. And on the 1st of July last year, when Digital India was formally launched, I requested the Prime Minister to give her a certificate of honor. You know what that lady has done? She has made 500 children of farm laborers as digitally literate in her common service centers. Therefore, in this year's budget, you may have seen, we are going to raise it up to 6 crore all over the country by our program of digital literacy. And the last limb of digital infrastructure is the BPO call centers, which we are going to start this year, this month or May itself by tender. The digital profile of India is very skewed. Mumbai, Pune, Delhi, Gurgaon, Noida, Chennai, Hyderabad, Bangalore, Mysore. I came with the idea we have to become digitally more inclusive. And we came with the idea of BPO's call centers in small Mufassal towns of India. We have selected 48,000 seats. We'll be giving 1 lakh subsidy per seat. And the seats have been allocated to states as per the census population. UP gets 8,800, 88 call center, 100. Bihar gets 4,400, 44 call centers. Madhya Pradesh gets 3,500, 35 call centers. Ladies and gentlemen, let me share with you a very interesting experience. I asked my department to go for an expression of interest in the country. Are the people willing to accept this BPO call center scheme? Ladies and gentlemen, I am happy to tell you, against 48,000 seats, 78 companies showed interest in 1,25,000 seats at 190 locations in India. And which are the locations? Bhagalpur, Sitamarhi, Muzaffarpur in Bihar, Devariya, Gorakhpur, Saharanpur in Uttar Pradesh, Aurangabad, Jabalpur, Jaisalmer, all the small Mufassil towns of India. A big aspirational Indian is waiting to tap this great opportunity. Therefore, for digital infrastructure, common service centers, BPO's call center, optical fiber network, postal spread digitized, and the virtual network operation which I talked about, India will become a different country. And the way e-commerce has almost exploded in India, and every day I get report which are the areas from where the maximum request comes. It is truly amazing. From Aijol to Itanagar to Aurangabad, all the small Mufassil towns of India and rural areas of India. Therefore, we are going to leverage this aspirational class upon the strength of digital infrastructure. And thirdly, digital empowerment of Indians. I always say, ladies and gentlemen, Indians first observe technology, then they adopt it, then they start enjoying it, and then they become enlightened in the process. That is the whole evolution of India's interaction with technology. And the way Aadhaar has risen to 1 billion plus, the way we have got 1 billion plus mobile phones in India, the way there is a scramble for mobile-based internet, and the way e-commerce is rising in India, all is an indication at the great game changer exercise which Digital India is going to occur. Delivery of services. Let me tell you one very interesting statistics. We have got a portal in our ministry, e-Tal, which records automatically any digital delivery of services being sought anywhere in the country. It used to be 10 to 15 crores, then 40 crores, then 50 crores. Ladies and gentlemen, last March it touched 128 crores. You can understand the kind of digital delivery of services being sought in the entire country. Last is manufacturing sector, electronics in particular. When I became minister, I thought it is a big game changer exercise. I started pushing it. I went to Germany, I went to Korea, I sought international investment. Ladies and gentlemen, I am happy to tell you that when I became minister, in our electronic manufacturing sector, we had an investment of 11,198 crores. I can give you the statistics of day before yesterday. It is close to 1,21,000 crores in less than 2 years that we have been able to get in India. Last year, we manufactured 11 crore mobile phones in India, 111 million, and the rate of growth was 82%. From a smartphone to LED lights to solar panel to everything. Today Foxconn has come. Apple is seeking the potential in India. With Chinese manufacturing a little down, India is being seen as a big destination. And what is my take? Come, make in India for India and also export outside. And earn the benefit of an Indian company like our incentive scheme of MSIPs, and also earn all the brownie point for a good exporting company. We have gone for many electronic clusters all over the country, mega structures. We have given duty differentials in these manufacturing, etc. And today, electronic manufacturing has taken off very well. CMs are keen, pushing me, give me more electronic cluster. Therefore, from IT to electronic manufacturing to digital delivery of services to postal, what will the result? E-commerce, e-health, e-education and whatnot. We want to make India a different country. And therefore, ladies and gentlemen, Digital India is going to be also a good business proposition. By 2020, we may be importing $400 billion worth of electronic products in India. Therefore, the total Digital India business case is $1 trillion. 400 billion electronic manufacturing, 350 billion IT and ITS services, and 250 billion communication services, including hardware and software. Therefore, even as a business case, Digital India is a game-changing exercise. You know Startup India and what kind of culture we are introducing. When the Vigyan Bhavan was decided as a venue, it has about 2,000 seats or 1,500. A request was made that anyone who wants to attend must register. 1 lakh people registered themselves. Then how to reduce? Then the age bar was done. You must be 40 and below. When the Prime Minister was there, he sat for 4 hours. All the ministers will sit down except FM. And all the top startups will be on the podium. This is the kind of respect we are giving. The tax incentives have been given, you all know that. Few days ago, the Prime Minister inaugurated the Stand Up India. What is Stand Up India? Stand Up India is 10 lakh to 100 lakh incentive loan scheme for entrepreneurs coming from scheduled caste and scheduled tribe communities. And every bank has been given the obligation to fund each one in their respective area. And the Prime Minister has given a new mantra to them based upon the Dalit Indian Chambers of Commerce initiative. We are not job seekers, we will be job givers. And that movement has also picked up very well. I don't want to make a long speech further, ladies and gentlemen. I hope I have spoken enough. But today I can say very proudly that India is a better country in terms of investment, in terms of governance, in terms of manufacturing, in terms of good return on investment. And therefore, world over, there is a scramble to come to India and invest in India. And our Prime Minister today, I am very proud to say, has made our country a global country respected world over. It is Europe, or the Gulf countries, or America, or North America or any part of the world. Today, we are very proud as Indians. And since Raj Bhatt has been a good friend, I have been interacting with him, I can see the change also in the quality of your participation and the kind of hope, the sparkle of light and optimism lighting up your faces. I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, we will make India a better country. We are in a game-changing exercise, and when our present terms end, we are going to rule India for a good number of years, be assured about it. We are least worried about what the others say. It is their right to say sense also, nonsense also. Okay? It is a democracy after all. But we will continue to work in a dedicated way, in an honest way, and with profound commitment to make India a truly outstanding country. That is our commitment. Thanks a lot. My greetings. Namaskar.
Thank you, Mr. Prasad, for addressing our audience. With your permission, I'd like to open the floor for a few questions.
All right. And let the questioners introduce themselves.
Yes. Do we have Supriya here in the audience? All right, so we'll open the floor to questions. I'd like to request you to keep it short and keep it to questions only, not observations, and introduce yourself at the start. So with a raise of hands. There's a gentleman right there.
Sir, my name is R.N. Sharma. I am from Hindustan Petroleum. Sir, we have just heard you, and it is very exciting to see that we are progressing very fast in digital India. The question which comes to my mind that the younger generation is still does not have the required skill sets to cope up with what is going to happen to them. So there is one area which we need to address. Second thing, that job creation would be a great challenge for us. So how are you going to address these two issues, sir?
I think your first question is about skilling of it. That is what Skill India is about. We are completely revolutionizing the entire skilling process. And I would urge the eminent people with big enterprise also get involved in a skilling exercise as a part of CSR. As regards the job creation is concerned, how much job has been created in the whole e-commerce activities? Let me tell you. Now we have liberalized the whole investment regime further. New vendors will come, new warehouses will come. I just told you about electronic manufacturing. If 11 crore mobile phone is being manufactured, naturally it will lead to further creation of more jobs. Jobs are being created. If we are having $100 billion plus of IT exports from India, the highest ever, it is leading to creation of more jobs. Therefore, any exercise in these game-changing initiatives lead to creation of job. Smart cities. Once smart cities come about, it will lead to a splurge of growth in employment opportunities. That's how we are working.
Sir, it is a transition period that you will require to address that, because it will take time to get these people trained to the required skill sets. So how do we address the transition?
If in less than 2 years we can do so much, why you are bothered about the transition? Indians keep on learning on job. That's what I am telling you. I can come and meet me in Delhi. I will just tell you how much change India is doing through smartphones. But for the sake of my good friend Lord Desai, I want to share a very interesting experience of Delhi. One day a lawyer friend gave 4 or 5 calls in my office in this ministry. He was very keen to talk to me. I was busy in meetings, so I gave him a return call. Why the hell you troubled me in my office? Sir, a very fascinating experience I could not resist. He's a big lawyer having a big fat foreign car whose wheel had a puncture in a busy Delhi street. He left his car in disgust, went to his office. What to do? Through mobile phone, went on Google. How many puncture marks are there in Delhi? 50 numbers came. He asked how many close to my office. 3 numbers came. He sent a message to him. my car is stuck up with a puncture wheel, can you do something? He said, wait, I am coming. He came. After 1 hour, he sent a WhatsApp. Sir, this is your tube. There are 3 big needles in it. I am going to repair it and come in an hour's time, and this is my bill. Keep it ready. He had that wonderful experience. No one gave any skilling to that puncture wala how to use his smartphone, but he realized he can augment his business through his smartphone. On job skilling is going on.
That's true,
What is important is we have to supplement it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. I think we have time for one last question. Anybody in the front?
Namaskar, Mantriji. My name is Suresh Lakshmi Narayanan from Westlife Development. It's indeed very heartening and gratifying to hear all that the government is the steps that the government, the initiative that the government is taking. Please pardon my ignorance. It would be wonderful if you could tell us, one single portal where we could actually go and see amongst the various departments what are such initiatives that this government is doing, so that we stand, well educated in this regard. Thank you.
The first thing for you is to go to the Prime Minister Modi's app. There is a proper Prime Minister Modi's app where all the development agendas are properly displayed. You see, you come to my ministry's app, my website, the ministry's website, the DIT website, you go to the DIPP website. Today, Government of India policies are very much online. They are available. You can get all this at a click of a button, but even the Prime Minister's own app is available for all the development activities. It is a very engaging government, okay? And just to tell you, we run a portal, MyGov, where the Prime Minister and myself engage with the people of India to seek their suggestions as to how to govern, development, other things. Close to 2 million people are engaged with us, and this Jan Dhan name was given by them. And the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan logo of Gandhiji's 2 aspects was also created by them in crowdsourcing. Now, we are a very engaged government and will continue to be engaged. If you have any particular suggestion, you are most welcome to give it to me.
Thank you, Mr. Prasad, for joining us today and for that engaging and truly encouraging address to our audience. Once again, a huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for Mr. Shankar.